Hello, welcome to this session of Class 9 Mathematics, and I am your Anu again. So this class, it's a continuation of chapter 6, Lines and Angles. Last class, we have already seen some concepts in lines and angles, and I have stopped until angles regarding lines actually in a straight line, angle in a straight line, that is they form a linear pair and they are supplementary, they add up to 180 degrees. And we have also seen the angle bisectors, isn't it? So angle between bisectors of the linear pair will make 90 degrees. We have stopped with that, isn't it? So let's continue some more concepts regarding lines and angles. Okay, so today it is something about intersecting angles. We have seen angles, angle in a straight line. We have seen angle in a straight line. And if at all a ray falls on the line, we have two angles, adjacent angles on a straight line, and they add up to 180 degrees. I've told you they are supplementary and they are called linear pair, isn't it? So now let's take two intersecting lines. Okay, so let us take two intersecting lines, any two intersecting lines. Okay, so intersecting lines means they have a common point. Okay, so intersecting lines have a common point and they make angles between them. So what are the angles they make? See, here is an angle, we call it as 1, number 2, this is 3 and 4, and we name the lines to be L and M. So the two lines are L and M. They intersect at point O and they make angles. Angles are formed between them at the common point, like 1, 2, 3 and 4 angles are formed. Okay, so intersecting lines form angles. Now let's see what are the angles are. See, if at all I take the line L. See, take the line L, and if you take the line L, see, this is a ray actually from OM. This is a ray and there are two angles formed. So what we saw in the last class, this is a linear pair, angle 1 and 2, angle 2, they form linear pair. Okay, so if they form linear pair, what happens? Angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees, isn't it? So that is, we already know that. Next, you take the angle L, the same angle L, and to this side there are two angles formed by the same line in the opposite ray. Okay, so opposite ray OM dash we take. So this is the opposite ray OM dash and there are two angles formed by it. Okay, so angle 3 and angle 4, they also consist of linear pair. Okay, and they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, now let's see this 1, 2 and 3, 4. This 3, 4 and 1, 2 are linear pairs, and accordingly 1, 4 and 2, 3 are also linear pair because they fall on the line M. So 1, 4 and 2, 3 are also linear pairs. Now what can we say about angle 1 and angle 3? See, this is just opposite, they are opposite to each other, isn't it? 1 and 3 are opposite to each other. Likewise, angle 2 and 4 are also opposite to each other. They are not adjacent, they are opposite to each other. So what can we say about these two angles which are opposite to each other? So let us see what do they want to tell us. Yes, now let's take the line OM. This OM and this is M dash. Let us take M dash M to be a line. Okay, and angle 1 and angle 4. Let us take angle 1 and angle 4. So angle 1 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degrees. We know that, isn't it? Now likewise, you take this line. On the line L dash, LOL dash, or LOL dash, or LL dash. Okay, so the line LM dash, you have two angles 1 and 2, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180. So this is also 180. See, I have taken this line and 1 plus 4 is 180 degree because it's a linear path, and I have taken this line such that it includes the angle 1. See, this angle 1 is formed on this line as well as in this line too. So I have taken 1 and 2 and likewise 1 and 4. So 1 plus 2 is also equal to 180 degrees. Now since they both form 180 degrees, I can write it like this. Angle 1 plus angle 4 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2, isn't it? Because they both are same, because they both form 180 degrees together. Okay. Now what I do? I can cancel angle 1 on both sides. So what happens? Angle 2 is equal to angle 4. See, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. So what does it mean? Opposite angles, that is vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, similarly, angle 1 will be equal to angle 3 also. So this means vertically opposite angles are equal. When two lines intersect each other, vertically opposite angles 1 and 3, likewise 2 and 4, they are equal. So this is very important. Just remember, vertically opposite angles are equal when two lines intersect. Do you understand? So remember, vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay. So the next concept based on intersecting lines, we'll see another concept. This is very, very important. So whenever we speak of intersecting lines, two lines and a line intersect, or a line intersecting another, this is very important. The concept of lines and transversal, or what we are going to see about the transversals, are very, very important. So please listen carefully. So let us take two lines, any two lines. Okay, so let us take any two lines. Let this line be, I mark a point here, A, B, the line AB and the line CD. Okay, there are two lines AB and CD, and there is a line falling on it. So let me call it as PQ. Okay, so there is a line falling on these two lines. Okay, what do you mean by falling on these two lines? It intersects both the lines AB and CD at two distinct points. So two distinct points, this is O and let this be N. Okay, two distinct points mean is this line PQ intersects AB and CD, both the lines at two different points, not the same point, because if it intersects both the lines on the same point, then there can't be two separate lines. The two separate lines will be only one. You know that, isn't it? So it cuts, the PQ cuts AB and CD at two distinct points, two separate points. So what happens is, we have seen before, in two intersecting lines there are four angles formed around the intersecting point, isn't it? So let us number them clockwise: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are four angles. See, if I take these two lines are intersecting lines, then I have four angles formed around the intersecting point. Likewise, this is 5, 6, 7 and 8. So there are 8 angles formed around 2 points because of the falling line on these two lines. Okay, so whenever a line falls on any two lines or intersects any two lines at two distinct points, we say the falling line, we call this falling line as a transversal. Okay, it transverses, it cuts the two lines at two distinct points. Okay, so these are the four angles formed. Now we are we very much know the rules for the formation of two angles, adjacent angles on a straight line. They add up to 180 degree, they are supplementary, and the vertically opposite angles are equal. We know that, isn't it? So 1 and 3, from this we can write 1 is equal to angle 3, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Likewise here angle 5 is equal to angle 7, angle 6 is equal to angle 8. So how do we write this? We write this with what we have learned just now. They are vertically opposite angles. So vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, so first thing we can find out, that is we can conclude that 1 and 3, 2 and 4 are 1 and 3 are equal, 2 and 4 are equal, likewise 5 and 7 are equal, and 6 and 8 are equal. And also we know angle 1 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degrees. Next, angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, angle 1 plus 4 and angle 2 plus 3. Likewise, angle 1 plus angle 2 is also equal to 180 degrees because it stands on the straight line. And angle 3 plus angle 4 is also equal to 180 degrees. Likewise, we have 5 plus 8 is equal to 180. 5 plus 6 is equal to 180. 6 plus 7 is equal to 180. And 7 plus 8 is equal to 180. So whenever you are given with some two lines and an intersecting line, you just analyze what are the angles formed, and whatever we know the concepts, you just keep reminding them. Okay, so that will be very useful for you whenever we are asked to find the unknown angles. Some angles will be given and some angles you will be asked to find out, so that these concepts will help you to find out the unknown angles. Now we have put all the concepts together, what we have studied according to linear pair and the vertically opposite angles. Some other angles are also formed here. So we'll study about that. We'll learn about that. First we'll see what are the angles formed, what are the names given to it. Okay. Then we'll see the conditions. See here, this is the line AB. Okay. And the angles formed above AB are known as exterior angles. Okay. So I'll list it out separately. See, exterior angles. What are exterior angles? See, exterior, that is the angles above the line. Likewise, the angle here away from the line. So this line CD away from the line. So angle 1, 4, angle 6, 7. They are called exterior angles. Okay, away from the lines. So they are called exterior angles 1, 4 and 7, 6. Likewise, they are just opposite to it. That is within the angles, within the lines. See 3, 2 and 5, 8. They are within the lines. Okay, they are in the interior region, we can call them. So they are called interior angles. What are interior angles? 2, 3, 5 and 8. So they form interior angles. They are called interior angles. Now see this 3 and 5. How are they? 3 and 5. We said 2, 3, 8, 5. 5 and 8 are interior angles, isn't it? Now this 3 and 5. How are they? They are alternate. That is, they are opposite to each other, isn't it? So we have another thing called alternate interior angles. So what are alternate interior angles? Which are opposite to each other. See 3 and 5, angle 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles. Like that, angle 2 and 8, angle 2 and 8. See, they are angle 2 and 8 are alternate interior angles, and angle 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles. Okay, so these are alternate interior. Alternate means they are opposite to each other. Likewise, we can say exterior also. Alternate exterior angles like 1 and 7 are alternate exterior angles, and 4 and 6 are alternate exterior angles. Okay, so the next thing is we have seen alternate. Now what about 2 and 5? See, they are on the same side. Okay, so they are on the same side here. So these two are also on the same side. 3 and 8 are on the same side and they are interior. So we call them as consecutive interior angles. What do you mean by consecutive interior angles? Which are on the same side, interior and same side. Say 3 and 8, angle 3 and 8 and angle 2 and 5. Okay, so these are called consecutive interior angles. Its consecutive interior angles is on the same side. They are on the same side. Okay, they are not adjacent. Remember, they are not adjacent. They are not near to it, but they are consecutive. Next. Okay, next to that. So consecutive interior angles. These are called consecutive interior angles. Another set of angles which are very important, we need to note them. They are very important because they form the basis for parallel lines. When you see the conditions for parallel lines, these angles play a very important role because they determine whether the lines are parallel or not. So what are those angles are called? See, this is the line I said, AB and CD are lines, and the falling line, that is a transversal. Now this transversal makes angle. Note, this is the angle 1 it makes on the right side of this line. Likewise, the same transversal makes another angle, the similar what it made in the line AB. Likewise, similarly it makes an angle with CD, that is phi, angle phi. Okay, so to discriminate, I'll write it in a different color so that you will be able to understand it. See, this is angle 1, this is angle phi. So what is this angle 1 and phi called? They are called corresponding angles. So what are they called? Corresponding angles. What are corresponding angles? See, the line transversal makes the angles with the lines similar angles. 1 it makes here, and angle phi it makes with CD. They are same, one and the same. Okay. Likewise, we have corresponding angles. See, angle 4 and angle 8. They too are corresponding angles, and 2 and 6. They are also corresponding angles, and 3 and 7. They are also corresponding. So whatever the transversal makes with the line AB, it makes the same angle, similar angles with the line CD. They are called corresponding angles. So please note, when the corresponding angles of these two lines with the transversal are same, are one and the same. If you see that these two angles are same, then we can say that the two lines are parallel. So we'll see how it is in after a while. Now it is that is the condition for parallel lines. If the corresponding angles are equal, okay, then these two lines, the AB and CD, now I have drawn some which is not parallel. They meet somewhere. And we have seen in Euclid's, isn't it? Euclid's fifth postulate, it says if 2 plus 5 is less than 180, it meets somewhere. So if you extend these two lines, it will meet somewhere. So that is how the lines look like, isn't it? So if at all they are parallel, then we can say angle 1 is equal to angle phi, and angle 2 plus phi will be just exactly equal to 180 degrees. So then only we can say that these two lines are parallel. Now, how do those lines look like? We'll see. Now we have seen all the types of angles formed by the transversal, isn't it? Now we'll be more particular. See, we have two lines, AB and CD. And line PQ meeting at O and M. See, now these two lines are parallel. I say these two lines are parallel, and the falling line, that is transversal cuts, meet both the lines at two distinct points, that is O and M. Now, how do these angles behave? See, we have named many angles, isn't it? Like vertically opposite angles, corresponding angles, exterior interior angles, alternate exterior, alternate interior, consecutive interior and consecutive exterior angles, corresponding angles, isn't it? So how do these angles behave when these two lines are parallel and a transversal cuts it? So now, what are the things we have seen? First, we have seen vertically opposite angles are equal. We know that. We have taken an example of intersecting line. So any intersecting line will have vertically opposite angles equal, isn't it? So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 1, 3 are equal, 2, 4 equal, 5, 7 equal, 6, 8 equal because they are vertically opposite angles. Next we'll move on to the corresponding angles which are very important. I said 1 and 5, see 1 and 5. For parallel lines and a transversal intersecting those two lines, we have the corresponding angles to be equal. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 4 is equal to angle 8, angle 2 is equal to angle 6, and angle 3 is equal to angle 7. Okay, only when both the lines are parallel, when A and B are parallel and a transversal intersects. It's at 2 points. Okay, next we want to alternate interior angles. See, alternate interior angles, we have said 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles, 2 and 8 are alternate interior angles, likewise 4 and 6 are alternate exterior angles, 1 and 7 are alternate exterior angles. So all the pairs, that is alternate interior angles, are equal and alternate exterior angles are also equal. So alternate interior angles 3 and 5, they are equal, 2 and 8, they are also equal. Next, what about the consecutive interior angles? What can you say about the consecutive interior angles? What I said, the consecutive interior angles are which are on the same side. Okay, so these same side angles 2, 5 and 3, 8 are, see 3 and 8 and 2 and 5. I'll write it here. 3 and 8. 3 and 8 are consecutive interior angles. Likewise 2 and 5 are consecutive interior angles. They are always supplementary. Okay. Okay. So they are always supplementary. What do you mean by supplementary? What do you mean by supplementary? That is angle 2 plus angle 5 will always be equal to 180. Likewise angle 3 plus angle 8 will always be equal to 180. The consecutive interior angles are always supplementary. Okay, do you understand? So now I have given an overview of all the angles formed when two lines are intersected by a transversal, and if the two lines are parallel, we have a relation between these angles formed. Okay, just keep in mind vertically opposite angles are equal and corresponding angles are equal. See, corresponding angles, angle 1, angle 5, angle 4, angle 8, angle 2, angle 6 and angle 3, angle 7. So these pairs are always equal and alternate interior angles are equal. Alternate means opposite. Opposite interior means within these two lines, 3 and 5, 2 and 8. So these two angles are equal and consecutive interior angles. See the next angles on the same side. So they are supplementary. That is, they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so keep this in mind, keep all the concepts in mind. Next class we'll see how they are equal. We have said vertically, we have proved vertically opposite angles to be equal before, isn't it, with intersecting lines. In the next class we'll see how the alternate interior angles are equal and how the corresponding angles are equal and how the consecutive interior angles are supplementary, so that you will understand it more clearly. And please do revise these concepts because we'll be doing a lot of sums and these concepts will be carried over to the next chapters too, which involves geometry. Okay, so until then, it's bye from Anu. Thank you.